A fat-tailed scorpion, a deadly ant, a fearsome caterpillar, or a giant Asian hornet. Make yourself comfortable. Today, we show you these insects that you should never touch. You will know why. You have certainly already heard some time ago about this virus that appeared in India, carried by a very dangerous species of larva. A virus capable of spreading at high speed and which would cause holes in the skin when you touch the insect. Do you want to know the truth about this dangerous caterpillar? Prepare to be shocked, because the truth is that this insect does not exist. Some time ago, photos of a so-called larva appeared on the net, accompanied by a description informing that a new killer insect had appeared and was spreading a deadly virus, creating many small holes that pierced the skin of the individual. It turned out a little later that the photos had been faked and that they were only the result of a superposition between human skin and the image of a simple lotus seed pod. The image will give you a very unpleasant feeling of discomfort, especially if you are a trypophobe like me. But don't worry, this insect and this virus will never reach you because they simply don't exist. This will teach you to stop believing everything you see on the internet. Not all buzz and viral phenomena are true. You are exploring with friends in the African desert when suddenly you notice an insect gesticulating near your feet. You can't recognize it because its color is similar to that of the sand, so you move a little closer and try to invite it out of its hole. Suddenly, you are stopped by the voice of your instructor who tells you to stop because you are about to do something very dangerous. It was a fat-tailed scorpion, and believe me, it was nothing like the scorpion we all know. This African scorpion, known as the fat-tailed scorpion in reference to its large and fleshy tail, has a very toxic venom, much more than the venom of other scorpion species. Called by scientists Androctonus amaruxi, this scorpion generally lives in Morocco, Mauritania, Algeria, Libya, Niger, and many other African countries. It measures up to 110 millimeters, and its venom can cause very serious damage, leading in most cases to death. Its danger also lies in the fact that it is ultra-fast in its movements, so you know what you have to do: run. You were afraid, weren't you? At the same time, it must be said that you had a close call, so the next time you don't know what kind of animal you are dealing with, you might as well not know what it is. How many times as a child have you gone on an adventure in your grandmother's extraordinary garden, collecting snails, admiring the bees foraging, tickling the ladybugs, etc.? And most likely, you must have also discovered some strange insects. Did you know that you have certainly been very close to the Reduvidae, and that you have certainly come very close to death without realizing it? We will tell you more. Reductions are a species of bed bugs, commonly known as assassin bugs. Nothing to do with the bed bugs your dog Albert has. These are much more dangerous. They are fearsome and murderous. Their name comes from the Latin reduviae, which means corpse. To catch their prey, reduvids don't need grappling hooks. They just need a small, curved proboscis that they use to suck the blood of their victim. This appendage is nothing like that of a mosquito. Like a real dagger, it is implanted in the skin of its prey. But it is not the sting itself that is dangerous, but rather what it ejects as liquid. If you had been bitten as a child, you would have naturally scratched yourself and thus would have favored the penetration of the parasite, which leads to Chagas disease, a serious disease that can be fatal if not treated before. But fortunately, you are still alive as far as I know, so I guess you have nothing to worry about. However, warn the children around you who, like you, like to play little explorers. You are in the middle of the Amazonian forest. You are all alone because you lost the trace of the rest of your group. You decide to sit down for a few minutes, the time to regain your strength and go get them before nightfall. But as you sit down, you notice that a caterpillar has climbed up on your arm and ouch, it stung you. Did it? Caterpillars sting? You look up on your phone what kind of caterpillar it is, and it's a shock. It is the Lenomia Obliqua caterpillar. The Lenomia Obliqua, or the giant silkworm butterfly, is a species of saturnine butterfly from South America. It is known for its larval form and by its stinging hairs, which are able to inject an extremely powerful venom. On the spot, you read these few lines and you begin to feel a strange sensation. You are taken of a violent dizziness, of nausea. You notice some redness at the level of your arm, and you do not see very well. Your vision becomes blurred, and your skin starts to show lesions. Soon, you will have kidney problems, and most probably, you will be prolonged in an irreversible coma in 2 days. And since you lost sight of the rest of the group, it's not looking good for you. But luckily, this is all a dream. Wake up from your nap. You didn't get bitten by the caterpillar. It was just a nasty mosquito. But now you are more informed and warned in case you want to visit the Amazon one day. You are sitting quietly on your garden lawn when you feel a strange tingling sensation. You see that an ant has wandered up your leg and has been stinging you for a while. But wait, does an ant sting? Yes, an ant stings and even kills if it is poisonous. Do you want to know what kind of ant it is? But I warn you, from now on you might be afraid of every ant you come across. And it's a bit of a bad idea to be afraid of ants. Paraponera ants, a strange name for an ant, but what is even stranger is that its sting is extremely painful, so much so that it is compared to the impact of a gunshot. Even worse, during the 24 hours following the bite, their venom, yes, because they have one too, can cause severe spasms. But don't worry, because although their stings are very aggressive, this species of ant is not dangerous for human life. Are you scared while listening to this? Don't panic, because if the ant that stung you earlier was a Paraponera, you wouldn't be watching this video, but in a hospital writhing in pain. But be careful, this will still teach you not to touch ants because no matter what species they are, they can be very dangerous when they attack more than one. It is important to understand that they only sting as a defense mechanism when they feel in danger. Do you understand? Never bother an ant. You are not afraid of rodents, that's a good thing. However, let me tell you that you should start fearing them from now on, but not for the reasons you think. Do you want to know why rats are more dangerous to you today than a crocodile? Beware, you will be surprised. Rats are not dangerous to humans. However, they may be carriers of a species of flea, commonly called the rat flea or Xenopsilla chiopis. And if they are dangerous, it is because they have the main role of vector in the transmission of the bacillus of the bubonic plague, known by the name of the Black Plague or the Black Death. This makes it clear. This disease appeared in Europe from 1347 to 1352 because of the bacterium Yersinia pestis and cost the lives of millions of people. Coming back to our flea, it is a 3 mm long insect with a body that allows it to jump great distances to move, nothing to do with the fleas you brought home from school as a child. But what makes it even tougher is that this little flea can abstain from eating for 38 days, only needs room temperature and plenty of humidity. And when it operates, it doesn't go easy. When the rat dies of the plague, it leaves it to go to another warm-blooded host. Yes, you've understood. We're talking about man, about you. Are you getting scared? Don't panic. The chances of you catching it are quite low. However, this should rather put you in the ear. When the next time you will see a rat, you will have good reason to run. Here you are, quietly lying on the deck chair by the pool of your beautiful villa. You are enjoying the beautiful sunshine of this summer day, and nothing seems to spoil your little moment of escape and idleness. Suddenly, a small green insect with pearly shades comes and lands on your leg. You find it both cute and intriguing. You decide to invite it on your finger to have a closer look. Stop! Don't do it! It is a Cantharid officinale. It is a beetle insect that measures between 12 and 21 millimeters long, with an elongated and shiny green body, also known as the Cantharid fly or the Spanish fly. The Cantharid has nothing that assimilates it to fly from a scientific point of view, because the difference is that this insect has much more strange peculiarities. This insect lives mainly on the branches of trees in Europe and Africa, but it is not dangerous. On the other hand, it is known to possess in its interior a substance called cantharidin, which is used as a natural Viagra that when touched, it dilates the blood vessels and causes swelling. In case you are exposed to a whole colony, it is likely that you will overdose, which could lead to a slow and terrible death due to kidney complications. Add to that skin burns and eye irritation. Okay, we have to admit that we went a bit overboard earlier in telling you not to touch this insect, but admit it, without us, you would never have known that this insect could be dangerous. You're staying with your grandfather on the farm, and since he's an avid beekeeper, he also has his own bee farm. You love to see him dress up in his cosmonaut suit and lovingly take care of his bees. Today, you decide to get into beekeeping too, and you ask him to introduce you to it. But unfortunately, today is not your day, because while you were watching the bees doing their job, a big bumblebee came and landed on your nose. Well, on the mask, fortunately. Your grandfather gets scared and tells you to run away. With the smoker in his hand, he runs away. Strange for someone who was not afraid of being stung. In fact, if Grandpa had a big fright when he saw the bumblebee, it's because it wasn't one. It is in fact a giant Asian hornet, easy to guess from its size. This flying insect has an orange body and brown antennas with yellowish spots. It measures up to 5 centimeters long, which makes it the largest hornet in the world. It comes to us straight from Asia, in this case from China, Nepal, India, Sri Lanka, and more particularly from Japan. Moreover, when it arrives in Europe, the media talks a lot about it because it is so fearsome. Its sting is very intense and dangerous. It can cause the destruction of epidermal tissues and even lead to death in some cases. It is considered one of the most dangerous and fearsome insects on the planet. Are you stunned when you hear this? It's normal. You've come close to death. But consider yourself lucky, because even with the suit, the hornet could have stung you. So, you are a great miracle worker. Maybe you should think twice before you start beekeeping. Finally, you will ask mommy to initiate you to knitting. It is not more bad. So what do you think of these ultra-dangerous insects? Which one terrifies you the most? Have you ever seen one of them in real life? Tell us what you think in the comments, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all the notifications and not miss anything from our next contents.